Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Andrew Klasnic, aka Klas Act. Today, I want to talk about goal setting since it's 2 days before the new year, 2018, and I talked a little bit about it yesterday, or yeah, I think it was yesterday. And I wanted to talk about today why we struggle with setting goals. I know I do personally, and what we can do to change that. So, a little backstory. Today, I don't know, I was feeling blue. I had those vacation blues, I guess. I was home last week with my family and friends, and my girlfriend came with me. And I got to be home and around family, and for Christmas, I had the Christmas spirit, and now Christmas is over, and it's like that week between Christmas and the New Year, and it's that week that says, like, yo, what am I going to do with my life? And that's definitely where I've been, because I went home, definitely packed on some good southern cuisine, barbecue, fried chicken, all that. Spent some good time with family and friends, and just had a great time being able to just get away from Los Angeles for a little bit. But I'm back, and I started eating a little healthier, and I think that's all just getting into my mind of like, crap, I'm going into the new year without a job. I'm going into the new year feeling kind of sluggish, not really knowing what my goals are, my dreams are. Like, I know them, but my life has just changed over the last couple years. And so just a lot of things that go into it, and that could really bog you down. So we're going to start with step one right now. And step one, it just hit me a little bit ago, and it's a theme that's big this year. It's big all the time, and it should be big in your life. Start by remembering what you're grateful for. And for me, that was a good thing to think of today. I was talking to my mom on the phone, and she was giving me great suggestions, and I was still just being kind of blue and blah. And I even went to the gym today thinking I could work it off and ate healthy and listen to some Tony Robbins motivation and all that, but I was still just like, ugh. And then I was like, you know what, Andrew? Just stop looking at it for a minute. Go watch Penn State play their bowl game and think about what you're grateful for. So I'm sitting here, and I'm going to talk about, what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful, obviously, for my time that I got to spend over Christmas with my family, that my family's happy and healthy, alive, and here for me, and here for me to hear me whine and complain on the phone that I can't get my goals in order. I'm grateful for my own life, my health, to be able to wake up this morning, to feel great, to be able to, turn on a TV and watch football, to be able to sit and watch a YouTube video of Tony Robbins teaching me how to do my goals. Like, there's just so much to be grateful for family, friends, for my relationship, for just everything, to be able to live and to be able to be out here pursuing my dreams, whether it's gone the way I've wanted it to or not. And so there's so much to be grateful for. I mean, it was 75 and sunny today here in Glendale, California, and I got to go to the gym and hit the hot tub and hang out, and then this is all after being able to spend time with family, knowing that a new year's coming and I'm blessed and alive, and knowing that I have a chance to make this new year great. So I just want to, hammer that home, that being grateful is the start, a good start to goal setting, because if you're in the wrong mindset goal setting, you are just going to struggle doing it. I promise you. I've been struggling with it all day because I was going at it from the wrong point of view. I was like, oh, woe is me, nothing's going the way I want it to. And that's going to happen. It happens, ups and downs of life. I mean, just during your 24-hour day, you're going to have the highs and the lows, and there is just no stopping it. But what you can do is make sure that you change that, you flip it, and you be grateful, and you realize what you have going or what you can have going, and you can change anything in an instant. And so being grateful is a great start. And then I would also recommend definitely getting on YouTube or looking up some articles or reading a book on goal setting. Learn from those who are successful, those who have set goals and have achieved goals, and see what they do. See what their strategies are. Get a strategy. Don't just go in blind and be like, I want to make $10 million. It's one of my goals. I want to make $10 million. But I can't just say I want to make $10 million and not think about, why I want to make $10 million. I always get stuck of like, I want to do something and then I don't follow through with it because my why is never really strong. I know we talk about that all the time, and it's tough because the why is such a vague thing sometimes. But if you have it, you have it. And if you don't, you got to find it. And for me, I'm definitely still searching for like my real why. And I had a really vague one last year, and I want to really hammer it home and get a very specific one. And so it's tough because I know I want to make money to be financially free, to be able to live wherever I want. I love living in LA, but I definitely want to live close to family. And I want to be able to work and do stuff from home and make an impact on people's lives from my home, and also to be able to go and speak and talk to people and help people through the book I'm writing, through the course I'm creating, and just help people, be better with their own lives, and specifically for me, be better in their lives and their career, for the acting career. And that's what I'm chasing, and I want to help other people chase it, and also be able to, chase it with a positive mentality, and also have some concrete steps that they can take, So I want to have that financial freedom to be able to not only be able to be around family and friends, but also to be able to go wherever I want to go and be able to work and also help people and make an impact. And that's tough. That's very broad and vague. Still not as vague, but it's still broad. And so I'm going to definitely need to hone that in and make it specific. But so this year I'm going to take the approach of Brendon Burchard. He has an approach that he has in his new book, High Performance Habits. If you haven't read it, read it. It's great. I ended my year with 4 great books. I read 13 books this year, but I ended my year with 4 great ones. I read High Performance Habits, High Performance Habits by Brendon Burchard, The Mask of Masculinity by Lewis Howes, The Richest Man in Babylon by George Clason, and then I am 10 pages away from finishing Gary Vaynerchuk's Crush It. And then his new one, Crushing It, comes out next year, which I'm pre-ordering tonight. But so I'm taking Brendon's route this year, and he has 10 distinct life categories, and he wants you to rate them 1 to 10 of your life categories, and to also create goals, write goals in each of these areas, and check on them weekly. And that's a thing that a lot of people don't do when they make New Year's goals, New Year's resolutions. They make the resolution of, I want to lose 20 pounds, I want to make $1 million, I want to grow in my relationships, my spirituality, my faith, my religion, I want to, get that job promotion, I want to run a marathon. Whatever it is you want to do, everyone writes the goal, or they say the goal. 90% of people don't even write it. And so when you write it, don't just write it and not look at it. You write it, and then you put it up, make it visual, and then you read it every day, and then also make your weekly check-in. So what Brendon says is, you do these 10 distinct life categories that I'm going to list right now. So health, family, friends, intimate relationships, mission/work, finances, your adventure, your hobby, your spirituality, and your emotion. Those are the 10 categories that Brendon puts on this list for his 10 distinct life categories. And so with that, you create goals in each of those categories. You make sure to look at them every day, know what you want to get towards and what you want to work towards, and ultimately succeed in your goal. And then you check on it every week and rate yourself from 1 to 10 every week. How close or how much did you work towards your goals? How much did you accomplish with your goals? Obviously, in a week, you're not going to get your entire life goals or your distinct 10 life changes. You're not going to change your entire life in a week. Well, if you do, that's amazing. You can definitely change your life with one step of something, but you may not reach your goals in that week. You may not reach it in that year, but if you have them and they're in front of you and you visualize and you check in on yourself and see where you can do better and what you can work on better and where you can work harder and be more consistent and persistent and focus more on, that's going to help you throughout the year and keep yourself focused, keep your mental clarity, and get us to being high performers and get us ultimately to succeed in our goals. And then, you got to have, like I said, your why, and then people always talk about your why and your how. But so sometimes I would struggle with my how and well, how am I going to make $10 million? I don't even have a job to start the year. That's a good question. And I think for me, I'm definitely a spiritual guy. I am a religious guy. I've grown up Catholic. I go to church every Sunday. And my mom was talking to me, and on the phone, she gave me a good tidbit of you may not be able to find the how right now. If you have your why and then you pray about it and, let the Lord guide you, or whatever you want the universe to guide you, then you're going to find your way and find your why and find your how. And your steps, you're going to find your steps slowly and you're going to get to it. But for me, I've definitely focused on well, how can I make $10 million? Oh, I can't. And then I get depressed, I get blue, and I'm oh, I can't do it. And then I don't succeed in my goals because I stop looking at them and I stop focusing on them, and I just kind of go with the flow of where the world takes me. And that's okay, but like you definitely need to have structure and balance and focus in your life to really be able to hit these goals and hit on them hard. So that's pretty much it for me today. I want you guys to really be able to focus on your goals, hone in on your goals, what you really want. We'll go back over. Number 1 is health. Number 2 is family. Number 3 is friends. Number 4, intimate relationships. Number 5, your mission and your work. Number 6, your finances. Number 7, your adventure. Number 8, your hobby. Number 9, your spirituality. Number 10, your emotion. It's a lot to do. It's a lot of goals to write down and to find, and even if you, especially if you've never done goals before, and even if you have, if you've done it in a different way, this is definitely a lot, and it's a lot to take in. But take this next 36 hours, 30 hours, whatever's left in 2017, knock it out, find your goals, get your mind right, listen to some motivation, listen to some goal setting stuff, find your why, find your how. I know it's all stuff you hear, and it's all stuff that's hard to do. But hey, we're all in this together. We're all wanting to be better, and we're all wanting to grow and to achieve our goals. And so the first step to doing it is visualizing it, envisioning it, writing down what comes to mind. They can be big goals. They can be lofty goals. They don't have to be just weekly goals. For me, I'm writing down my big goals and checking on them every week. And once I write down my big goals, then I break it down to how I can do. I heard Lewis Howes today say he breaks his goals down into 6 months, 1 year, 5 years. You can do that for your goals, and then you can even break it down when you start into 2018. Like, what am I going to do this week to check off stuff on the list, So, don't get overwhelmed. Don't be blue. Don't be depressed about it. 2017 was a crazy year for everybody. It was a great year. I mean, I learned a lot. I changed a lot. I grew a lot in my knowledge, my faith, my personal development, my family, my relationships, my health. And so I just want this to be another prosperous year for everybody. I want it to be a prosperous year for myself, my family, my friends, for you, for all those listening. And so let's get after it. Let's do these goals. Let's hammer it out, and then let's focus on them. Let's have some clarity, and let's work, and let's make it a great year. I appreciate you guys for listening, for watching, and happy end of 2017. Happy 2018. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to a new year, new us, new me. Let's work. Boom.